unusually today, we're going to start in standing. So I want you to find yourself standing on your mat, your feet about hip distance apart, but it's where you feel strong and stable, and we're all a little bit different. So finding your firm base, take a moment just to rock forwards and backwards, find the fronts and backs of your feet. Try not to look at them, just feel into your feet. A little side to side movement as well. Finding the edges of your feet, and maybe gradually that comes into some circles until you find yourself firmly grounded to the floor. Take a deep breath and bring a little activity into the legs, into the thighs. Imagine you're drawing energy from the earth, taking your navel back to your spine. So it's a gentle pull back. It's not an abdominal six-pack because we're trying to keep support, but a relaxed support, a helping hand rather than a brace. Allow the shoulders to slide down the back. In fact, we'll deliberately lift them. Bring them right up to the ears as much as we can. Take them back, drop them down. 2 more, bring them up, take them back, drop them down. Last time, bringing your shoulders to your ears, take it back, drop it down. Allow the chin to drop. Maybe left ear to left shoulder, rolling one way and then the other. Feeling a little loosening, a little opening, a little energy into the neck. Bring the chin back to center. And maybe just start to rock a little from side to side. So allowing the hands back against the body. Maybe there's a bit of a tapping sound. Allow the movement to become as big as you want it to be. So I tend to be quite flingy when I do this. Maybe you bring the knees, the whole body into that movement. Maybe you don't. Yogi's choice. Maybe the hands come up to the belly, to the bottom of the rib cage, and that's tapping into the kidneys. The kidneys do jing, which is our essential energy. So really starting to get energy moving around the body. Bringing the hands to the chest, really waking ourselves up. Letting those hands gently come to stillness. And we'll inhale to stretch that energy up towards the sky. So a really tall, full body stretch. And exhale to let the hands come to the side. 2 more. So take the hands upright, guys. Bring the arms up overhead. Full body stretch. I'll just adjust the camera. Exhale, take the arms back to the side. Last time, big stretch, big broad movement. Really lifting the body, drawing the navel back to the spine. Imagine you're rooted to the ground, but an invisible force is drawing you upwards. Exhale to bring the arms back to the side. Continuing to waken the body. Inhale, take the arms up. Big movements today. Exhale, coming forward and allowing the body to drape. So maybe keeping the knees bent, allowing yourself to find a little support either on the thighs, the calves, or all the way to the ground. And then inhaling to come up halfway. So resting our hands on our calves. And keeping our back straight. Imagine tucking your chin a little into your chest, lengthening through the neck. Exhale to fold all the way down, rolling all the way to the top. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Ignore me turning around so you can see me. And draw that arm up and over. Bring the left leg in front if that feels good on your body. And feel a beautiful opening all the way through the right side body and into the right hip. Inhale back up to center. Take that to the other side. So taking hold of the left wrist, drawing the left arm up and over. Left leg in front. Deep breath, long breath out, and then releasing those arms. Big movements, coming forwards, finding your hands to the earth, drape your front body over your knees. Inhale, right up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rolling all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, inhaling all the way up. But this time, dropping your weight into the heels and bending the knees. Maybe you charge a little energy from the earth. You draw your navel back to your spine. Ignore me turning around into our Uttanasana, our chair pose. So holding here, 3 more breaths. Deep breath in. Maybe noticing a little heat in the thighs. Now with some release coming into your forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale to fold, and this time rising back up through your chair. We're going to hold here for 3 more breaths. So think about drawing that navel back to the spine. Maybe we sink a little deeper. Last breath. Sink a little deeper. Feel the burn, feel the strength, the stamina, and then inhale. Bringing those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Woo! Let's give those legs a little kick out. Coming now into our full sun salutations. We're going to take each shape a little more slowly than normal. So the idea of creating some static holds is to really increase the muscle strength. We're working into anaerobic strength, so working without oxygen in our muscles. So inhale, floating the hands up over the head. Exhale, fold into the floor, hands down, and stepping back with the left foot, draw the heart through. So we're coming into a long lunge. Maybe wriggle the front foot to its comfortable position, and we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the hands down. Take the left leg up and back towards the sky. Sink down to your dog. So remembering that dog is not about straight legs. Take a generous bend in the knees. Push away from the hands. And we'll hold here. 5, 4, keeping the back flat. 2, 1, and then rolling forward. And finding ourselves at top of a plank. If this feels more than the body wants, drop the knees. And find half plank. And then everybody dropping the knees with control, bringing the chest to the earth, the forehead to the earth, untuck the toes. Roll the shoulders, rising up, finding cobra. And holding here, lengthening through the front body, activating the muscles in the back, the glutes. Exhale to fold back down. Tuck the toes, and we'll push through tabletop, keep the hips going to back over the heels, finding our dog. Inhale, float that. Sorry, get my legs wrong, right leg. Exhale, step the right leg forwards and find your low lunge. So we're back into our low lunge, but on the opposite side. And we'll hold here, 3 breaths. Then creating a little bounce, stepping forwards, back to our forwards folds. And rolling all the way up, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. And taking that to the opposite side. So inhale, float the hands. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale to fold. This time take the left foot back. So we're coming into our low lunge with our right foot forward. Hold here. And trying to keep the strength in the legs rather than dumping into the hands and the shoulders. Can you float the hands maybe? And rest lightly on the fingertips. Find your hands firmly on the floor. Push back and lift that leg, a little opposite stretch. And then placing that on the floor, find your dog. And we'll hold here. 3 breaths. And then rolling forward to our plank, top of our push-up. And holding here just a little longer this time. If you want to drop your knees into half plank, then take that option. 3, 2, 1. Then coming forwards, either dropping the knees, chest, chin, or if you prefer, coming down with control. Chaturanga Dandasana, and tuck the toes, rolling up, finding our cobra. Exhale, rolling back down, tucking the toes, coming back through tabletop into dog, holding our dog. And then stepping forward with the left foot. Finding our low lunge. Keeping the strength. Not dumping in the arms. Keeping the strength in the legs. And stepping forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, rolling all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Allow the nutrients of our practice so far to settle around the body. And notice your energetic state. Yoga is about awareness. So maybe notice which parts of your bodies have switched on and which are feeling alert. A little vibrancy, a little energy. Find your weight into your right leg and step back with your left foot. We're keeping the ball of the foot on the ground, the heel up. Inhale, float those arms. So finding our high lunge. As we exhale, draw the hands in through the rib cage and maybe step up and forwards. Inhale, lengthen all the way back, open the fingers. 2 more. Inhale, step up, hold the knee. Find a point on the floor to balance, to focus the gaze. We'll hold here for just a moment longer, 2 more breaths. Exhale, step back, open the fingers. Last time, inhale, stepping forwards, floating the knee. Exhale, stepping back. Allow the earth to catch you, it generally does. And then pivoting on that back foot, so we find our warrior 2. So have a little wriggle and a jiggle with the feet. Find the left foot at 90 degrees, the front foot pointing, toes pointing forward, the heel pointing back to the arch of the back foot. Bend the front knee, have a wriggle and jiggle with your stance, and find your strong warrior 2. Imagine those feet rooted to the ground, and as if you're drawing your legs, scissoring your legs together, finding a little energy, Sthira and Sukha. So finding strength in the lower body, in the thighs, in the calves, and a little ease in the shoulders and the arms. Keep your mental focus on your drushti, the middle finger of your front hand. We'll inhale to float backwards. Keep that gaze fixed on that middle finger. Allow the head, the back to move with the arm. And hold here. Notice the energetic flow from the fingers to the shoulder, from the shoulder to the front hip. Inhale, coming back to center. And then we're turning those arms, pivoting on the back foot, so we find ourselves into our low lunge. Take the foot back, press back into our dog, and then rolling forward, finding ourselves top of the plank, top of the push-up, holding here 2 breaths. And then either coming forward into Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, finding cobra. And if you're feeling that you want a little more, pushing up into up dog, knees off the ground, resting on the feet. And then dropping the knee, coming back through tabletop into dog. Looking forward, walk, hop, step, skip to the front of the mat. And roll all the way up, hands to heart, center. Ignore me turning around, it's just so that you can see me, but you stay exactly where you are, unless you want to turn. Yoga's choice. So this time we're finding our weight into our left foot and stepping back onto the ball of our right foot. So finding our high lunge on the opposite side. So we're tracking the feet are parallel, toes of both feet facing the front of the mat. If you want to wriggle your front foot a little wider to get a wider base, then do that. Find a focal point, something to look at in front of you, and inhale, float the arms up. So we're finding our high lunge. Keeping your gaze fixed to that point, moving slowly, make fists come forward and lift the leg. Notice one side may be different from the other. Exhale, lengthen everything out. Release the fingers. Finding your high lunge. 2 more. Inhale, lift the leg. Lift the knee. Exhale, stepping back. You may be feeling a little warmth in the left thigh. Last time, inhale. Woo, wobbling, guys. Holding the leg, finding your drishti, holding here, noticing the warmth, noticing the muscle strength you need, perhaps noticing that one side is different from the other, and then stepping back into your lunge, releasing the arms. Rise up on the ball of the foot, pivot. So the right foot is at 90 degrees. Maybe you have a little play with your stance. Bring the front foot to the middle. So the heel of the front foot is roughly pointing to the arch of the back foot. And imagine that you're drawing your legs together. You're trying to scissor your legs together. Stira and strength in the lower part of the body. And a little lightness in the arms. Imagine somebody's holding them by strings to the sky. Staying here, guys. Find that drishti, that focal point in the middle finger of the front hand. Little strength in the legs. And then inhale, coming all the way back. Allowing your gaze stay on that middle finger of the front hand. Notice the difference in your energies. And then inhaling to pivot all the way to the floor. Notice the ball of the back foot, stepping back into your dog. Rolling forward to your plank, holding here, 5, 4, half plank, 2, 1. And then coming down, everybody dropping the knees, the chest, the chin, untucking the toes. Inhale, coming up into a gentle cobra. Exhale to fold back down. And then rolling through the shoulders, taking the knees mat distance apart, and sliding back into our balasana, our child's pose. And holding in child's pose. the 3 to 5 breaths, yogi's choice. Taking the breath in your own time, allowing your body to take the nutrients of the practice. So stillness is as important as movement in gathering strength. 3 more breaths. And then starting to push yourself upwards, maybe bring the knees back together and find your way back into a seated position. Take the legs wide, a little wriggle and jiggle. Reconnect to the push and the pull, the push of the sit bones to the earth, the crown of the head to the ceiling. And spike the toes, so you're drawing the toes back towards the face, towards the torso, and allow yourself to slide forward to your sweet degree. So if you feel that you want a little more, tighten up through the thighs, draw the navel back to the spine, see if that creates a little more space. Keep the neck long. Imagine tucking the chin. So I'm looking up so you can see me, but imagine that that golden thread is drawing through the spine. 1 more breath. And then drawing the feet in, placing the soles of the feet on the ground, the hands behind us, drop the knees over to the left, look over the right shoulder. 2 breaths. And then taking the knees in the opposite direction, looking over the left shoulder. Coming back to center. And finding ourselves back into our comfortable seated position, whatever that is. Allowing the normal rhythm of the breath to return. And taking 1 final deep breath in together, bringing the hands up and overhead. Exhaling, bringing the hands to heart center.